So today I'm going to be reviewing a machete from Cold Steel, and like a lot of their machetes, it's basically a budget sword, and I am not complaining about that at all. So let's take a look at the Cold Steel Gladius Machete. So here's the machete in its sheath. Just so you know, if you see this piece of paracord here, I have that on here so when I go inside I can hang it on my wall, just so I have quick access to it. And the sheath for it is like their Cordura, but it's basically a nylon sheath. It actually isn't bad, especially for the price point, because you can buy one of these for right around $30 or so. And this sheath, it'll do. I mean, I'm probably not going to cut through this anytime soon. It feels solid. And the end, it's got this plastic that goes all the way around. So you're not going to stab through this. And yeah, I like the sheath. It's got the retention strap here. And it's actually a really solid strap. It almost feels like a wire strap, but it's not. The only problem I have is they put a belt loop on it. It ain't gonna show up, but if I wore this on my belt, it's hanging past my knees. And if I'm like out in the woods or something, I would not want this big old thing just flopping around as I'm moving. So what I think I might do is modify this to have like a strap so I could wear it on my back, because that would make more sense. And that belt loop is the only thing about this sheath I don't like. When I got the Cold Steel Tactical Katana Machete, that has a strap for it. I like that. I like that idea. This with the belt loop, who's going to wear this on their belt? It's just kind of silly. But still, good sheath. You know, it's not going to be Kydex or anything. It's not indestructible, but for like a $30 machete, it ain't bad. So now let's check out the actual machete itself. So as I said before, the machete is basically a budget sword. It's like a Roman gladiator sword, and this is awesome. It's 1055 carbon steel. It's full tang, and underneath this, there's even a round metal part. So this is not sliding in the handle or anything. And the handle is polypropylene. And it is very square. I don't know if you can see that too well. I feel like a round handle would have been better. But then if you're chopping with it, it might spin in your hand, and that'd be no good. And even though it does feel very boxy and plasticky, I do at the same time like this handle. I know a lot of people say that they don't like this ball here. I mean, it's got the hole for a lanyard. I don't use lanyards, but one nice thing about this ball is if you put your other hand here, you got a nice two-handed grip. So I don't mind that at all. I actually kind of like that. This is double-edged, as you can see, and it starts right from where it comes out of the handle. And I will say that when I got this, it was pretty sharp. I mean, I really didn't do anything to the edge yet, but I will definitely need to touch this up. Like, these come sharp-ish, depending on the one you get. Some are better, some are worse. It ain't dull, that's for sure. But the grinds are a little sloppy, a little rushed, could be better. I don't know if that's going to show up in there right there. Somebody, when they were grinding, it kind of took a little gouge out right there. That's a bit disappointing. But it should be tough enough steel where it won't make a difference. And if you see this tip on here, this is very, very pointy. This is more like a thrusting weapon. And to me, that's what this is. This isn't, I'm going to clear some brush kind of machete. This is a freaking sword. And I love it. I mean, I bought it because of that. And let's see if that shows up. It is made in South Africa. So it's not made in China. South Africa is actually pretty good at machetes. And I've had a lot of luck with Cold Steel machetes. I really like their stuff. They may not make the best machetes out there. They may not make the most high-end or blah, blah, blah. But what they do is they make machete versions of swords. And the steel is very tough, very solid, and it can take a beating. So what you basically have is a very durable sword for not a lot of money that you can just mess around with, hack some stuff up, practice some sword skills, and just have fun with. And in the event of like a zombie apocalypse, this thing is going to be badass. And a lot of people buy these for home protection. I do admit that on the off chance that I was a robber or a burglar and I broke into somebody's house and I see some guy coming at me in his underwear in the middle of the night holding a frickin' sword, I'm probably hopping out a window. Even if I have a gun on me, that's pretty terrifying to see coming at you. I'm probably hopping out a window. So, yeah, these are awesome. I like these a lot. Now, I don't know how well this is going to work because I haven't actually used this yet. But we'll try some stuff. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in it, especially for like fine work. Good luck with that. It's big, it's awkward. It does have some flex in it, but this thing is solid. So it should be good for chopping. And if you're wondering why I'm constantly doing this, by the way, wiping, it's because it's very cold outside. And anyone who has a mustache knows that when it's very cold, the breath from your nose causes condensation, so your mustache always feels wet. So, in case you've ever wondered that in my videos, so there's that. But, yeah, I think I'm going to try this out in a few things to see just what it can do. So this might seem a little silly, but I got this piece of wood here. I'm going to try to just carve it a little. I'm not going for feather sticks or anything. I'm just going to see if this is sharp and if it's even capable of doing something like that. Let me try the other edge. It's actually very difficult to do because this thing is gigantic and it could definitely stand to be a bit sharper. I was getting some. Yeah, I don't know how well that shows up. I was carving some off, but not a whole lot. And when you go at it and then you come back, you got to remember it's double-edged. So if you hit your finger, you can gash yourself open pretty easy. So yeah, it kind of sucks for that, but it's not really meant for that anyways. So let's try chopping something. So I got this big board here. And I'm just going to hack at this a little bit and see how well this does. I'm absolutely destroying this. Try the other side. Well, I just chopped this in half. There you have it. I mean, that definitely chopped, and chopped well. And if you can see some of these slices, they were really clean. and really nice slices. But there were some issues. Okay, so as I was chopping with this, the handle, it does not feel very good. There's a lot of vibration, and it does hurt your hand quite a bit to chop. And there were a few chops where I must have been hitting like towards here more, where it just kind of reflected and wobbled a lot. Still not too bad. I'd say if you're going to be using this for something like wood, wear gloves or pad this handle because it definitely hurts. But it'll do it. Now, I'm going to look around real quick to see if I have something I can stab. Now, I know this ain't the smartest idea in the world, but there's a side of my shed. It's like aluminum. I'm going to try to stab through that just to see how well this edge holds up. Well, that was kind of a stupid test, and I don't recommend anyone doing that. But there's the result. I just bent my tip. Now, that's only thin aluminum. This should have penetrated through that, and it's not really a big deal because I can fix this tip, so what, but for a thrusting weapon, this should be able to penetrate thin aluminum. It was starting to go through, but then it bent. So that's kind of disappointing. I've had cheaper stainless steel that could puncture right through that. So I don't know. I think that tip was just too thin at the end. But looks like I got some work to do fixing this thing up. As a tool, there's definitely better options out there. This thing's going to be more trouble than it's worth as a tool. Because double edge, you're swinging, you come back. It's very dangerous. And I don't know if I recommend this as a tool. As a weapon, most definitely. This thing is awesome. Granted, I did bend the tip, but I can fix that no problem. And from beating on that wood, this edge is absolutely fine yet. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's almost like I never even did anything. So this will definitely kill some zombies or something, or intruders in your home, that's for sure. Just don't aim for the skull with the tip because it might bend. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my review of the Cold Steel Gladius Machete. I'm going to end this video here. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and anything else you want to add, let me know in the comments down below.